Iris Day, as in the flower. It's also National Public Gardens Day. We're celebrating all of these kind of funky, weird national days that we hear people touting. I happen to love irises. They're my favorite flower. And so I'm celebrating, just like all these cars decided to drive by exactly when I went live. I also want to let you know that today is National Reward Yourself Day. So if there is something you would like to reward yourself for, put it in the chat. Reward yourself, and the rest will reward you too. Hello, M. Hello, Dr. Ninja Turtle. I only call you Ninja. I don't know why I gave your whole name. K and Row Hiking Happens are here. Good to see you all. Hello, hello, bright and shiny. What are you celebrating today on these fabulous national days that some people are celebrating? Hey, Rhonda's in the house. Hello, Rhonda. Do you like this view of the porch? I was trying to get these flowers. They don't quite come in. Oh, there they are. I won those flowers last week. Aren't they pretty? I won that hanging basket at a Mother's Day tea last weekend, which was really fun. It was at um, the museum, the DAR museum, and I was invited by some friends, and I in turn invited a childhood friend, which was really fun. Love that sort of thing. I almost never turn down an invitation to tea. So, um, reward yourself day. So I would love it if you could share some things you're rewarding yourself for. What did you accomplish this week? What are you thinking about today? Hi, Cheryl. So good to see you. So that idea of having a reward yourself day made me happy. And then I was reminded of um my cousin's grandson who loves sharks and whales because it is Fantastic Friday, celebrating all things from the ocean. So, as I like to bring in topics to these Friday conversations on the porch, I thought I'd bring these national holidays to you. Replay viewers, I would love it if you would participate too, because I come back in and I will check for comments and we can continue this conversation into the weekend and over next week, however long you'd like to. Happy birthday. Yay. Hi, Simon. Good to see you. Hello. I've never met real Elsie, so y'all keep track, please. It's so nice to see you all greeting each other. Judith is here. So happy to see everybody. It is indeed a celebration. Um, Tomorrow, if you're thinking, well, I don't really want to celebrate the ocean life and I'm not in the mood to reward myself, note to you, rewarding yourself is always a good thing, just like liking these videos is always a good thing. Tomorrow is a day that I personally should celebrate like every day, and that is, believe it or not, Lost Sock Day. Do any of the rest of you lose socks regularly? Is it just me? I have quite an assortment of singleton socks. Although, in fact, even before I knew that tomorrow was Lost Sock Day, I was literally thinking this morning about ways to stop losing my socks. So I think that's kind of funny. It is really beautiful out here today. It's a little bit nippy, I would guess. Well, no, I won't even say nippy. I know you're in Canada, so I know Lost Sock Day. I'm actually wearing matching socks today. You'll be shocked perhaps to hear that. I oftentimes will sport mismatched socks. One of my college classmates looked at me one day and she said, "Why do you always wear mismatched socks?" So it's been a long time thing. It's a habit perhaps I need to break. Okay. It's also World Collage Day tomorrow. So for any of you artists out there who love making collage, this is your day to make a collage in celebration. I am actually a collage artist. It's so interesting the things that multi-passionate people don't often talk about, and that's something I don't talk about much. Something I'm hopeful that I'll be doing this week more of. Do they actually sell pairs of mismatched socks? Well, I should just when I have mismatched socks, maybe I should just mismatch them and share them someplace, put them up for auction. Hey, CL, nice to see you. Good morning. Let's see if I oh, Japan is in the house. I'm always like to see Japan in the house. Two of my brothers work for Japanese companies. So my brother Jim worked for Mazda for 30 years, in the motorsports division. Was able to get me to. Oh, you'll like this, Ninja. My brother got me tickets to the MotoGP motorcycle races at Laguna Seca, which was fantastic. I saw Tom Cruise there. It's in Monterey. It's a beautiful racetrack. I went there when I was much younger to see auto racing because my brothers are also auto racers. None of them race anymore, but my nephew does. So, um, and my other brother worked for Yokohama Tires. So there you go. And my son Samuel speaks Japanese pretty proficiently, and is a big Nintendo fan. And I was telling Judith, he's a professional Mario Kart player. And so when I was in college and I was waitressing and cleaning houses, my brother Joe, I mean, not my brother Joe, my son was playing video games professionally to make money. It's good to hear you all weigh in on losing socks or not losing socks. I would love to hear people weighing in on what you want to reward yourself for, because I was sure um I'm sure you could reward yourself for more things than just losing socks. I love that Rhonda said that you saw two. Do you mean that you saw two socks that didn't match? That's very funny. Hi, Trace. How's it going? Trace Tondro. Is that how you say your name? You're welcome here. Ah, there we go. Arigato. Konnichiwa. I know the rule is English. I know the rule is English. However, sometimes I like to show that I know little tiny bits of other languages. Anyway, um, so I would like to reward myself for doing all three of my scheduled lives this week. I'm very pleased. The last couple days were pretty rough. And so when I got up this morning, it was slow going. And for those of you, some of you are on my Facebook, and you know that I have Good Morning Love, the written version there. And this morning I wrote Good Morning Love about gratitude, which is one of my things. Um, and it was really a slow writing process. Usually I whip those babies out in no time at all. It was really kind of fun to sit with the thought of gratitude when things aren't that great. And I included my flowers. Oh, you saw two VW bugs yesterday, Rhonda. That's cool. So see these flowers up here? They're really shiny now with lots of light. But when I came out this morning, as part of my morning routine, I like to come out on the porch and stretch. And I came out on the porch, and the morning light was just so pretty. And it just reminded me of how sometimes the smallest bit of light can make things better. The strongest little bit of light can just open things up. And it felt so good to recognize that because the last few days were rough. I got a PET scan I had to go to Maryland for that. So I was in South Jersey and then I drove to Maryland for it's only 2 hours, which to me isn't that much. Remember, I'm Californian. So 2 hours down there. Probably my big mistake was I had labs ordered. So I gave up 9 test tubes of blood and then went in for my PET scan. And if you haven't ever had a PET scan, in Maryland, they do it slightly differently than they did it when I was in Bakersfield. I had a PET scan in 2020. I could have sworn it was 2021, but it was 2020, that fateful year. And there in Maryland, they literally like make you into a human burrito or like you're wearing a straitjacket. So you lie down on this thing and they take these like cotton things and they wrap you so you're totally immobilized. And I knew I'd be immobilized, but that was very different. And head to neck, you are immobilized. And my body felt okay, but weird. It felt really it was okay, but I knew that when they took me out, it would feel, I mean, when the time was up after 45 minutes being held like a human burrito. I know sometimes it's really comfortable to feel that tight, but oh, this was a bit much. So when I got out of it, it was like my body felt like, oh my, are you serious? And the gentleman the gentlemen that were in that room, the radiologists, whatever their title is, they were so nice and so helpful. There was a younger guy and then an older guy, probably close to my age. And the younger guy was so enthusiastic. He walked me out, and all I could do was talk about Redondo Beach, Hermosa Beach in California. And he wanted to hear all about California. And I told him I went to high school in Dana Point, which is it's like I think Redondo, Hermosa. I think Redondo, no, or maybe the other way around. But those are all northern, like Los Angeles County beaches. Dana Point's an Orange County beach. And it was just, I liked talking to him. He was just so happy to chat with me about these things. And that made me feel good. But, the older guy was funny because he asked me, I said, "Are you going to talk to me while I'm in the tube?" Because when I had an MRI, also at the same time when I had the last PET scans scenario, um, they talked to me in the MRI tube, but they started talking to me in Spanish. And I remember speaking back saying, "I do speak Spanish, but I would prefer that you speak to me in English while I'm in here." And the guy said, he looked at me and said, "Would you like me to talk to you while you're in there?" And I'm like, "No, unnecessary. I'm just curious." And I thought that was so kind because it was like he wanted to make sure that I would be comfortable, is my guess. So you only know about CAT scan. Yeah, CT scans or CAT scans to me are they're a piece of cake. I could do those. I've had a lot of those. It's because of my fabulous or because of the fabulous Coaching or valley fever that's in my lungs and throughout. Well, not throughout. It has been in several places in my body. So it's a uh, uh, rare disease in this part of the world. It's not a rare disease where I'm from. So, because of that, I've gotten very acquainted with these things. But I was drained after that PET scan, drove back to South Jersey. Um, it was just unpleasant. And I was grateful that I was able to dig into gratitude even in those times. So I just wanted to bring that up. Let's see what people are saying. Okay. Yes, I've heard of Bombas. Yes, and it's so cool that they give socks to unhome people. I sometimes carry socks. There's certain things I carry in my car for people I encounter when I'm out. Socks and books. Because some of my friends, because I've literally made friends with people who don't have homes, and they've asked me, they know that I like books, so there's certain ones in Bakersfield that will look for me and ask for books. And there was a time when I had lots of books, and I would just open my trunk and say, "Go ahead," like a like a little rolling little free library. And that went on when I was an Uber driver. Also, I offered books to people who were in my car. People love that. Um, Oh, yes, said she's rewarding herself for making it through the week. Remember, it's reward yourself day. So besides me going on and on about gratitude, what are you rewarding yourself for? I love flowers too. It's overcast for CL is. Oh, yes, and Ninja's rewarding himself for walking a mile a day. That is so fantastic. That's wonderful. You've been so consistent with that. You've never heard of a PET scan. Is that Judith? It's now that the sun is out and it's harder for me to see who's saying what. Yeah, it was Judith who said that. A PET scan is it's really unpleasant. They shoot radiation into you, some radioactive chemical, and they get a very pronounced image of where there are different things in your body. It will show inflammation, which is helpful for me. It will show the growths that I have in my hand. Um, the challenge for me is because I'm a cancer survivor as well. I swear I'm really healthy except for these two things. Um, they tend to really be looking for what they suspect is cancer, which is problematic with someone who has another disease. They're always like, "What about your melanoma?" I've not had an issue with melanoma since 2012. Valley fever is another thing. So Lots of different scans. Yeah, CAT scan. I hope their test results are good. I hope they are too. I really hope that the test results are instrumental in helping me get whatever I need to get over this hurdle. Um, yeah, because my goals in my life is bigger than this bump in the road. This is a bump in the road. This will not does not take me out. It just simply makes me more intentional with my goals. And as I continue to move forward with the love, with these circumstances, like, one of the things that comes up with this is I get overheated really easily, and I need to be careful of that. So before my PET scan, I had to be really careful to not overheat too much, and it's gotten to the point where it's not so great, so I'll just keep it there. Oh, Rosani's in the house. It's okay. Is this your birthday weekend, Miss M? Is this your birthday weekend? I think you did I hear somewhere that you had a birthday or you're having a birthday? My son's birthday was 6 de Mayo or May 6th. I was an Uber driver, Judith. I have quite a different background. I drove Uber in 2017 for a full year as an experiment. And then when I was gearing up to leave Bakersfield in 2021, I was an Uber driver again, voluntarily. It's not, I didn't, in 2017, I needed it. I needed the funds badly. My life was quite different then. In 2021, I was driving for pleasure. Know most Uber drivers don't drive for pleasure, but I wanted to kind of do the experiment of seeing all the neighborhoods of Bakersfield that I wouldn't necessarily go to on my own. And Uber just randomly shoots you all different places. So I really loved it in 2021. And then in 2022, I drove again because my family was going through a really rough time and I was literally trying to hold them together. And again, finances were extremely tight. And I was paying for my son's tuition at UNLV for the summer, and there was a lot of crises going on. So I just did what I could, which included getting behind the wheel of an Uber. So, hey, Oki's here. Hi, Oki. It's good to see you. Good, good, good to have you here. We're talking about Reward Yourself Day, Fantastic Friday. We're talking about tomorrow being National Lost Sock Day. There was a lot of chiming in about National Sock Day. It's also National Iris Day, as in the flower, the iris, and it's also National Public Gardens Day. So, okay, that's right up your wheelhouse. So national gardens, I love gardens, period. Public gardens, people's gardens, community gardens. Oh, you're rewarding yourself by weeding. That's excellent. That's excellent. I like that. I do have great stories from Uber too. I rewarded myself as an Uber driver. I actually would tell people, and this was true. During that crisis time, I also used ride sharing as a mental health getaway from the stuff that was going on in my family's life. And I would get behind the Uber wheel and, it's synchronicity, divinity. I would find people, just lovely, lovely people. Lots of funny stories, but I had the books. We would talk books, and I remember one person said this was better than a therapy session. Um, I had people who wanted to hire me, as their driver forever, which was kind of funny. And no, thank you. No, I won't do that. Botanical gardens are fantastic, aren't they? I have an upcoming house sit, and I found two botanical gardens to visit in the general area, so I'm excited about that. Yesterday, I wanted to ask you if you saw my channel. Oh, you're picking maple seeds out of the mulch. Well, reward yourself for that, Kay, after you get that done, reward yourself greatly because that must be quite the task. Talk about needles in a haystack. Um, so yesterday I was in an very small iris garden, just ironically, and I was at a very specific place. I asked in my post that I made, "Do any of you know where I am? Do any of you know where I am? Can you name the city that I'm in?" Because I was visiting a new to me city. May is Okay, ME. What does that stand for? It's also National Meditation Month. Living Life with Judah says May is ME Awareness Month. So I'm rewarding myself for living with this illness and staying positive. That's excellent. It's excellent. Um, I'm glad to hear that, Judith, and we're grateful that you are continuing to live positively. Okay, so CL want to go to Bellingrath Gardens. It is so expensive. It can be really expensive for some of these gardens. I always look for discounts when I can. And now that I am my age, I'm 64 and proud, a lot of times they give you discounts, so I'm happy for that. Okay, so ME is myalgic encephalomyelitis. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Um, okay. It's interesting when we share these chronic illnesses, and what's inspiring to me is that we continue to move forward with them. So I think that's it's inspiring to me. Inspiring to me to see you doing that, Judith. I just want to say for a second about oh, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. Okay, excellent. That's very good. Glad to hear that, Miss M. Miss M says she is learning to accept herself having bipolar and anxiety. That's very good. Very good. I would say with mental health illnesses, it's in a significant walk towards awareness. So, um also I'm at this different perspective in my porch or in the manse porch. And I wanted to ask you all about different perspectives. So one thing I noticed when I came here is because I was trying, I'll go back to the flowers. Aren't they so pretty? I don't want to knock my camera over, but there's the beautiful flowers, which is the perspective I was hoping to show, but I'm shorter than the flowers. But beneath me is, I'm not going to unhook my setup here. Beneath me is below the house, and they put up a really pretty little fencing type system to keep the critters out, because one time Babu the bear was under there. And so now something else was under there. Looks like raccoon sized, maybe, but it had to be pretty strong to break through. So when we look at things from different perspectives, like our illnesses, like when Judith named her illness so that we could be aware of it and pray for her. We can pray for our dear friend Miss M as well. It's helpful for us to name those things and to look with a constructive perspective. With that perspective, I was talking about moving forward with love, even with strange things like pulling maple seeds out of the mulch or okies. Um, Weeding as a reward on National Rewards Day. So it's so often about perspective. All right, let me look at my list to make sure I haven't missed anything. Also, if our friend Pause and Play he's not here today. You're back. That's good, Trace. Pause and Play Nola is not here yet. He's had a rough week with the loss of his dad. So if you have time to go over and watch some of his playlists, that would be appreciated. He's been tremendously supportive of me, and my channel has grown this week quite a bit. I'm up to 812 subscribers, and that happened really rather quickly for my pace of growth. So I'm very grateful. I'm now over 900 watch hours, which for me is very exciting. I would love to get over 1,000 watch hours this month. If that's at all possible, that would be great. And if I could get over, well, 900 subscribers feels really big, but that could be a stretch goal for the end of May. Why not put it out there? Um, Okay, so tomorrow, we talked about it, is Lost Sock Day. That's not today, it's tomorrow. So just in case you lose a sock between now and then. And it's also World Collage Day tomorrow. Um, and it's National Meditation Month, which we are celebrating on this channel. I've been doing some meditation snacks. I'll continue doing those. And then next week, I'm going to go into some long form meditation videos for you as well, where I'll be talking about different kinds of meditations. I'll be talking about how to do those meditations. I'll be doing some videos where I have explaining how the meditation works, then doing the meditation. I also have some videos with um, that I have used with writing, and we'll do some writing with meditation. And then the week after, I'm going to do something I thought I would do this next week, which is actual live streams with journaling and meditation. So this will be pretty significant this month, National Meditation Month. So Evie is here. Hello, Evie. Hello, Rosani. Rosani, did I say hello to you and just forgot? I missed everything. Did you hear that bird? Yes, lives do help with watch hours. They definitely do. Yeah, Abby, everybody's in the house. Lots of wonderful folks are here in the house. I'm gonna add you as moderator, Abby. So, okay, there it is again. Thank you so much for liking this video, this live stream. I'd appreciate it so much. Um, I love the bird that's singing behind me. It's like saying, "Look, look, 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 look." You can't hear the bird. Well, it sounds pretty. There's one over here going. Anyway, we have a few more minutes. If you would like to say in the comments what you would like to reward yourself for, if you would like to reward, yeah, I did say hello, Rosani. I just want to make sure I give you as much love as possible. Um, and I'm really grateful for all the friends and the new friends who are here arriving. I appreciate the support. I appreciate that I've grown and that the growth has moved up again. A lot of gratitude to Pause and Play Nola, who has been featuring me on a couple of his videos, which is really kind. So kind. It's so kind when we can help each other grow. Maybe the bird is saying, Julia's live, everybody. Hey, neighbors, come on out. Oftentimes I have people walking by and I chat with them, but because I'm facing a different way, maybe we could see them walking up. If any of y'all see somebody walk up and I don't say hi, let me know. Okay, thank you so much, Miss M. I hope you have a great day. We just have a couple more minutes here. So I'm glad that you were here. I hope your birthday weekend is spectacular. I hope whatever you do is really fun and shows the reward for being exactly who you are because we're grateful for your presence, Miss M. Thank you for the congratulations for my channel growth. Remember tomorrow's World Collage Day too. So in case you're artist or even not artist, collage is a really easy art form. It was the way I kind of entered into visual arts were through photography and collage. Very fun. So I'm bringing supplies with me for my trip that I'm going on next because there's another trip happening. So long. Thank you, Rosani. That's so kind of you to say. Rosani said I'm a special lady, and I appreciate that. Um, church bells, can you hear those? I'm also curious about sound because I'm facing a different way than I usually do. Okay. Perspectives. Perspectives, rewards, public gardens day, private gardens day. Several of you are working in your gardens, which is so fun. Oh, you can't hear the bells? Okay. But can you hear the church bells? I probably do have noise cancellation canceling out the bells, but I always hope y'all can hear the bells. They're chiming. Two, it's gonna tell if it's 9 o'clock. I was just making a short and I did turn the sound down for that morning walk short that I just made. All right. I'm gonna wait for the bells to stop chiming so I can hear myself. That's one of the difficult things is I can't hear how I sound. I can see how I look and I can see if I get bumped. but I can't hear the sounds. I also think the reflection of my glasses is better this way. I can still see it. You can hear the bells. You can't hear the bells. Oh, I'm so sorry that you can't hear the bells because they're truly beautiful. I think when I sit on the other side, you're able to hear the bells. Maybe I pressed a button on my phone. Because to me, part of the fun of these videos is the ambiance. Okay. I'll have to be sure to be out here and record those bells because they're so very pretty. On this spot on top of the hill in Sussex Borough, New Jersey, we have Presbyterian Church right next door that I'm connected with. There is a Catholic church where the bells came from, which is literally right around the corner. We share a parking lot with them. And then further down the way, there was a Reformed church. That's the biggest, probably the biggest in town. So it's very spiritual, soulful place. So I want to thank you all for being here. Everyone who popped in, whether it was for 30 seconds or the entire time. Know that you are a blessing in my life and a blessing to each other. You are a reward. Your comments are a reward. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Judith. That's such a good tip. Oh, okay, Cheryl. Well, it was grateful. It was a wonderful time. We're glad that you're here. Evie's here, newest moderator on the Julie list. Rosani is here. Um, it's a joy to see everybody. Ninja's here. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, replay viewers. I'm so blessed to have you here on Friday mornings and Monday and Thursday when you can be here. And on the other videos, I so appreciate it. It feels so good to get to know each and all of you better as we celebrate the ordinary, extraordinary of everyday life. So thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. Bye.